Good morning. I decided to try something new. We're going to start Tuesday Talk. In Tuesday Talk, I'm just going to rant about topics, and you can leave comments down below, and I'll respond to every comment, whether it agrees with or disagrees with what we're talking about. So, let's get it.
Shut up and sit down.
So, today's topic, I want to talk about something that is current events. And right now, the big thing is the N.F.L. boycotting, as you would call it. If they were boycotting, they just wouldn't play. But they get paid a lot of money, which is why I think what they're doing is the wrong platform. They want to talk about standing up against the president, Donald Trump, for saying that it is inappropriate, it is un-American to do what they're doing when the national anthem is playing. Now, this is my opinion. You have your own opinion, and your opinion is valid, and my opinion is valid. Everybody's opinion is valid. So in the comments below, if you agree or disagree, feel free to comment. Over on this side, if you feel like you want to subscribe, subscribe. And over on this side, like it or dislike it. Nothing that you do with this conversation is inappropriate. Now, I may have some inappropriate comments, but I will still respond to those inappropriate comments. But I will respond in an intelligent as I can be, and respectful way. Right now, our country is in a state of turmoil, internal turmoil. We are worried about a bunch of multi-millionaire football players hooking arms or kneeling during the national anthem. That is where the news is right now. That's the topic of conversation. That's subject matter. To me, that is minute. Their petty antics is minute. It should carry no weight. Now, the reason I say that is because they live in homes. Most of them live in homes that cost more than us as average Americans will ever make in a lifetime. They play football, an athletic sport. Yes, I have played football. I played in high school. I played in college. It is physically exerting, and at some points physically and emotionally exerting, but it is not a platform to do what they're doing. Because in reality, they are taking away from the topics which actually matter. For instance, there are people right now that are displaced and homeless due to massive hurricanes. A week ago, that was the topic of conversation. That's what was on the news. That's what people were talking about. That is something we should be talking about. That is something we should be working for, finding ways to help, doing things that assist the other citizens of the same country that we live in. Not worried about some millionaire football player that wants to show his opinion about a topic that we all should hold dear to our hearts, because they are playing football and getting paid millions of dollars because the people of our military, the people that work for our police force, the people that work in our fire departments, first responders, get paid a fraction of what they get paid to put their lives on the line on a daily basis to protect the rights and the freedoms of our country, for our citizens. Not some multi-million-dollar football player that gets paid ridiculous amounts of money to play an athletic sport for viewer pleasure. Ask yourself one question. Is what they're doing even important? Because to me, it's not. Why don't we reverse the pay scale? Why don't we pay our military personnel, our first responder personnel, what the N.F.L. players are getting paid? They're the ones that are out there making sure that we as a society have the freedom to do what I'm doing right now. The freedom of speech, the freedom to voice our opinion without violence, without riots. These are things that actually matter. Those are the people that actually matter. Now, out of respect, I'm not going to mention any football players' names, because that's how little what they're doing matters. I am a huge football fan. I have a team that I have I am not going to edit out my mistakes, because right now I'm upset and I'm going to make mistakes. But I'm using the right platform, the proper platform, to voice my opinion, to say what I want to say. And again, there's a comments downstairs. You can put in comments. You can comment about any of this. Just be respectful and responsible when you make those comments. That is a problem with social media that I see. Facebook is blowing up about this right now. And some of the comments in there, in my opinion, are absolutely ignorant. I am not an overly educated person, but I'm not dumb enough to really just be mindless to what's going on. We are in a society that is tearing itself apart from the inside right now. I've said it just a second ago, the right of free speech. I am using my right of free speech, which has been fought for in numerous wars. But right now, one of the pivotal wars in our society, which was the Civil War, more lives were lost during the Civil War than all the wars we've had put together. More American lives in one war than all of the wars put together. Because it was fought brother against brother, father against son, cousin against cousin on our own soil. And right now, historically, we are in a beeline for another civil war. The right to free speech. Now, this goes out to the NAFTA people. If you're watching this, you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to voice your opinion. You do not have the right to incite riots. You do not have the right to cause violence. You do not have the right to commit felonies. choose the proper platform, say what you want to say, but expect that others will say what they want to say. But tearing down statues because they hurt your feelings, they're offensive? No, those statues are there for a reason. They're monuments to what this country went through, and it should be more of looking at, I see this statue, this is what occurred, this is what caused this statue to be erected. We probably shouldn't do that again. Take that as a lesson and say, we don't want to see that happen again. We are in a society now where you can't say anything without thinking about whose feelings you're going to hurt. Who cares whose feelings you're going to hurt? You have the right to your opinion. My children have the right to their opinion. And trust me, my 8-year-old and 10-year-old voice their opinion all the time. My 15-year-old little brother who lives with us after my father's passed away. Well, we had him before that, but he has his own opinion and he voices his opinion. But in my home, we don't need to have a civil war to discuss our opinions and come to a group decision that's beneficial for both sides. My kids don't need to run out in the driveway and throw rocks through my windows and steal the change out of my car to prove a point. My kids are 8, 10, and my little brother's 15. And they behave and react in a more responsible, mature way than most of the N.F.L people. And right now, with what the original discussion was, we got a little off track, the N.F.L, they get paid millions of dollars to put on a show. If we don't like what they're doing, it is simple. Don't buy tickets. Don't buy N.F.L product. Don't watch. Nonviolent, get your point across, is a solution that doesn't cause damage or is not a felony. We need to come together as a nation. It doesn't matter what color you are. Black lives matter, blue lives matter, all lives matter. I'm not an overly religious person. I do believe in one God. And I do believe that at one time, He sacrificed His life for all of us. Black, brown, green, yellow, the rainbow of spectrums. We all bleed red. We all have our own opinions, but it is in no way okay for anyone to push their one opinion on anybody. It should be a conversation. It should be open dialogue. So, today's topic, let's not worry about what the multi-million-dollar N.F.L players are doing. Let's worry about what's going on in our society that we can do, that we can help. So, if you can help, if you have a few dollars, send it down there. Help those people that are homeless and have been, their entire cities and neighborhoods have been destroyed by natural disaster. Move the topic back there. Move the topic to that kind of thing. Restructure, rebuild. Don't give these N.F.L players that are doing this, because there's N.F.L players that aren't, and there's N.F.L players that are. But the N.F.L players that are doing this, don't give them the time of day. Turn the TV off. News, ignore them. When my kids were little and they threw tantrums, I ignored them. They stopped throwing tantrums. Ignore them. As for an NAFTA, please voice your opinion. You have the right to free speech because the U.S. military and first responders have fought on a daily basis for you to keep that right. It's not rocket science. We're not splitting atoms. Fix what's broken, and if it isn't broken, don't fix it. I welcome your thoughts. I welcome your comments down below. If you liked or disliked this video, feel free to say so. And if you do want to subscribe, you have that option as well. I think we're going to keep Talk Tuesday going. We'll see how this one goes. We'll do a couple more. So Talk Tuesday will go on. Feel free to say what you want to say, but be respectful. And I will, in kind, be respectful in my comments to respond. But we as Americans do need to do one thing. Stand together.